Fam, this Mind the Mic podcast is proudly brought to you by Manscaped. Before we get into this episode, I want to give you the opportunity to check out manscaped.com and use our promo code Mind the Mic. That's one word, Mind the Mic, for 20% off plus free shipping across the entire website. That's it. Manscaped.com, code Mind the Mic for 20% off plus free shipping across everything on the website, where you can get cool things just like this. The Lawnmower 5.0. Look, it's even got a light, and you can trim up all them unnecessary hairs, get rid of them. It's actually made for the downstairs, but you can use it for both if you want. They also have beard trimmers, especially for the beard. But this one here is actually made for the downstairs. So get amongst it, get rid of all them loose hairs hanging around down there. And once you've done that, make sure you clean up that nose too. So we got the Weed Whacker 2.0 for the nose. The Weed Whacker 2.0 is for the nose and the ears. We all get annoyed by those hairs, don't we? And we got the crop soother. So once you finish that undercarriage, come get some of this crop soother in your life. What's crop soother? It's an aftershave for the down there. But I've done it. I've tried it. And it doesn't sting like your dad's aftershave. So you're good to go. And if you want to keep it smelling nice, we got the crop preserver. Deodorant for the balls. That's anti-chafing. Not to mention these are waterproof, fam. So if you're like, yeah, but I like those manual ones because I can use them in the shower. Well, never fear. Manscaped is here. Go hard in the shower. It's waterproof, fam. Good present for your dad, for your brother, your boyfriend, your husband. Well, brothers, treat yourself. Go get you some Manscaped in your life. Use promo code Mind the Mic for 20% off plus free shipping across everything on the website. Enjoy the episode. Make sure you subscribe and get some Manscaped in your life. Mind the Mic. And welcome back to another Mind the Mic podcast. I'm your host, Shubz, here with a special guest that I'm really excited about. He's a director. I guess a filmmaker, but director is the bro Mike Jonathan. How are you, Kazi?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm in Rotorua at the moment. Heke te ua, I konei. It's raining after having, like 2 weeks of sunshine in Rotorua, Aotearoa. No, good to be here, Shubz. Mean, bro.
Nah, thank you, Kaz. Obviously, we're going to get into that cool film of yours, Whawhai Tonu. But before we do, Kaz, can you give the people a little synopsis on yourself?
Ko Mike Jonathan tōku ingoa. He urio no mātātua te arawa tainui. I'm just a fella just trying to find his way throughout the universe. And I was brought up in Taumarunui, born there.
King Country.
Taumarunui in the King Country, and moved to Rotorua, which is te taho o tōku māma no te arawa, Ngāti awa, tūhoi. Ngai tai, te whakatōhia, te whanau apanui, Ngāti Porou. And then te taha tōku pāpā, no Waikato, Mania Poto, Ngāti Wai, Patu Harakeke, Ngāpuhi.
And where were you born, Cuz? Was you born in the King Country? Or?
Well, I was born in Taumarunui, and I was born here, yeah. So just pretty much 18 years of my life in Taumarunui, growing up as a little rat bag. I'm the youngest out of 4 my siblings, so the pōtiki of the whānau. And my mum and dad were awesome. They're beautiful parents, and my dad was a master carver. Learned the skills of Tepuia, Princess Tepuia from back in the day. Her number one master carver. My dad was taught by that fella.
Oh, true. Well,
Oh, what are you nine, Engari? If I look into my phone and spend 10 minutes, and have 10 minutes, I'll find it somewhere. I'll find it somewhere. But that's something for me I better learn that for sure. But Mum grew up in Te Teko, and Texas, and Torere, and she grew up over there as well. And she
Torere is Maxwell's your family.
Maxwell's, yep, all those fellas, Hahi Pennies, heaps of whānau from back there, and then the Hona whānau from Te Teko, and the Hona whānau also in Patuwai, Te Patuwai, in Whakatane, and also in Motiti Island. So, yeah, lots of hononga everywhere. Para Ngāti Pūkina hoki.
Titi. I got a bit of that. I'm my whānau wīkepa, but no more titi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the whānau ngā.
Always said the
Yeah, tīma. But even my nanny side, Ngāti Maniapoto too, she grew up in Benidale and Te Kuiti. Yeah, Ngāti, brother. And so, what when growing up, what kind of things did you get up to, Kazi? Like, what did you do for fun? Were you always into movies, making films, or something? What?
Wow, all of that, eh? I mean, we had a river at the back of our house, at the back of our school, called Mātāpuna. Everyone calls it Meripuna and Meripuna Hard. So if you're from that area, that was a place to be. And then in the summer, actually all the way throughout the year, we'd just go and swim at the back of at the river, in the Whanganui River, and would spend most of our days there. And so I grew up with more bunches of rat bags and best friends, and I still keep in touch with those fellas as much as I can. And pretty much, all the rat bag stories, all the things that you can't do at home right now, like you can't go out of the house without getting some sort of permission. And then for me, at Mātāpuna Primary School, after that, we'd just go down the river for like 3-4 hours and then come back in time for dinner all the time. You can guarantee it. And our parents didn't mind what we did. It was a different sort of era in that time. We could be gone for a whole day and come back in time for kai, for dinner, and everything was all kaiti pai. You can't do that these days.
She's a different world these days, eh, Marcus?
Different world, especially you fellas in Aussie. Oh man, fellas create your own life and don't need to go and jump in the river and you jump in the pool, so you might
jump in the beach with the sharks, jump in the water with the sharks. They got some big ones over here, Kazi. They got some big sharks over here. No, what a simple, for lack of a better term, what a simple life, because beautiful, but a simplicity in that, in that life, and probably like a lot of people would resonate with their corridor, but a lot few or far between these days, those kind of lives, you know what I mean, with technology and everything. Kids don't even want to go outside no more. I mean, look at me, I'm sitting here talking on a bloody screen to you guys, obviously. But
these days.
Yeah, definitely. And so what was the options, cuz, growing up? Was there
play
what
rugby.
Was the options for you?
Play rugby, go and chase farmers' daughters, which is I like what I did as well. And I like to just say sorry to all those farmers out there, the dads. And we run amok over there, and there's not much to do. We get a primary school, we get a high school, and then I think I was about 12 years old, and the old man went to Singapore for an army sort of veterans trip, and he brought back
was he a military man as well?
Yeah, well, he did. He didn't do big tours, or I don't think he killed anyone, sort of thing. But he went away and served, and he went to Malaysia. I know that much. He brought back this video camera, and I grabbed it out of its box, charged some batteries, and I started making animations, just making drawings on a piece of paper, and start making animations with this video camera. And then the first minute I had the video camera, I broke it. This microphone thing fell off, but that wasn't going to stop me. So I just kept making all sorts of things, like trying to make animations. They were pretty crusty though. And then
was that like when you grab the paper and you like that? And then,
yeah, pretty much. You go to the edge of a book and you just kind of just flick it through, and then I'll edit it in camera to make it look like there's a little man running or something like that. So my first
12 years old, cuz?
Yeah, right about that. Yeah, I think I was 12, 11 or 12 years old. And then I started being a bad influence on my mates and making them stay home, and would just make movies for like weeks on end. Stay home and we write a little script. We did one called The Package, and it was bullshit, bro. It was just really just trying to find a craft or find a way to make a story, and you break all the rules when you don't know any of the rules, and I think that's a good place to start. So yeah, get 6, 7 of my friends, bunk school, and we make movies. And then by the end of it, I'll go and take it to school, show the teacher, and they'll just go, "What is this bloody rubbish? Have a look at it." And then, "Oh, actually, this is pretty good. I think you guys should do more of this." And so we bunk school more, bro. Yeah, we bunked school and made more movies, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, it was the first thing, my first little break into creating something, you know.
Wow. So what period? So is that still 12 or like?
It's about 12 to 15. You know, I was a second year fifth, so we had a thing called school cert back then. It was kind of NCEA level, number one. And then I failed that because I was making movies and no one really took any interest in what I was doing. Bro, I try to take history because I remember asking the question to the history teacher, and I went, "What about all our Māori stories? You know, how do we get to learn about those? Because we're learning some stuff about Rome, and like what you were saying before we press record, Socrates and all these other dudes that have no influence in our life at all." And then, bro, I got kicked out. They kicked me out of the history class because of that.
Just because you questioned where's the Māori stories.
Where's the Māori stories? Yeah. So, Mr. Hudson, I just want to say to you, don't ever do that again.
Is Mr. Hudson still alive, man?
I don't know. So Hudson, you were wrong.
You're incorrect now, brother. But hey, and you're part of that, brother. You're part of bringing that, you know, those purakos back, my brother. Oh, not even back, you know, revitalizing them and, you know, bringing them into today. I think that's
it. That's it. We got to, you know, got to a point in my life where, you know, as I was growing up in Taumarunui, would go to our other marae in Gordonton called Hukanui Marae. And we're going to drive through Kihiki. We drive through Kihiki, and my dad would always say, "There's your koro over there," and he'd point at Manga's memorial, or Rewi Maniapoto's memorial, which is in Kihiki in the middle of that town. And that stayed with me for a long time. And you know, I've been in the film industry now for over 32 years, and I wanted to make something that was significant for myself as a person and as a filmmaker, but also something that would help our people. And that story of Rewi Maniapoto at Ōrākau was a story that I needed to do. You know, it had been 1825, I think, was the first time they did Rewi's Last Stand, and that was Mai Haywood. Well, she wasn't a Haywood back then, she was a Miha, and Rudor Haywood, who was one of the first filmmakers to bring a film camera into New Zealand. And
was it 1825? Oh,
1925. Sorry, bro.
Oh no, get away. Oh, 1925. Far up.
Yeah, so it was done in black and white, and then it had no sound in it, so they used to play piano and stuff like that, and do all the music live at the movie theater. And then in 1938, I think it was, like way later, they put the voices to the film, and so all of a sudden you had this motion picture with audio and Rewi Maniapoto in there. All those same scenes that you see in that film is in the film I made, Whawhai Tonu, and they were taken from the actual recordings and the research done by this fella Cowan. Man, I can't remember his name. And he used to live on Ōrākau, and he heard all the stories, and it inspired him to be a researcher for New Zealand.
Like a bit of historian research.
Yeah, bro. So pretty full on. Yeah. But let me take you back to 1984, 83. It's when the film Utu came out.
Oh,
yes. If you don't know Utu, you need to go and find it online somewhere. And they reversioned it maybe about 5-7 years ago, and that was the film that changed my life. I watched that when I was like 9 years old, and it made me want to become a filmmaker, to tell a story like Utu and bring something like that to life with our people on the big screen, and our reo as well. I mean, I wasn't a fluent speaker.
This was before you even got that camera from over in Singapore.
Before, yeah, man, I'm going all over the place.
But that's get to play, brother. Get to play. No, I just wanted to make like that. So before you even got that camera, you already had it in your mind. You wanted to make film, and you wanted it to incorporate te reo and all of that stuff.
That's right. No, just because watching that film as a 9-year-old, and it just blew me away. I see all these faces with moko, and I knew at that time, I was even crying. And I remember my mum saying, "What are you crying for? You're only 9." And I didn't really answer her. I just remember that it just made me sad, made me want to do more as a 9-year-old. Yeah. So I wanted to make movies from then on. Yeah. Hard out, bro.
That's on, brother. That's on. And what about Utu what about Utu got you? If you can remember back to those times, there's something.
Oh, bro, it was the image of Mirata Mita. She came out, she beautiful wahine with a moko kauai. Bro, I had this mean-ass crush on her.
Moistly.
She's absolutely stunning in this film. And it was also the fellow who played Te Whike. He reminded me of my dad, so it was all those sorts of things. They remind you of people that are in your life from Utu. And then there's like the whole Pākehā against Māori thing, and then there's the whole traitor or, Māori being a traitor, going on the other side and battling, and the whole story, bro, blew me away. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, but just relatable in so many ways. But like just like you said, your own life and all of that. Some of these characters in your own life. And you said that you weren't fluent at the time. You weren't a fluent speaker of te reo.
No. I mean, we dabbled in it, but mum and dad were at that time where they got a hiding for speaking te reo, and so dad told me stories about it. He grew up in Waingaro and would go to school there, and they'd be at the native Waingaro school. And
the Waingaro. Shout out to the Hoppus.
To the Hoppus.
My koro actually, he's my mum's stepdad, but he brought me up. He's from Waingaro, brother. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Eke tonu suiramas, brother. Yeah.
Oh, me.
No.
Well, I'd go out there a lot too, with the old man. And I remember him saying, "Oh, one day I'll replace all these headstones at the Urupa because none of them got all their names on it. They've all been scratched off or by the weather. One day, bro. One day. One day,
my cuz. I don't. One day, my cuzzy.
Yeah.
But when you go from that teenage kid that's had to do a repeat because you're making movies. Like, do you stop for a bit there, or you just continue making movies? Like as a 15-year-old or 16-year-old.
Kept doing it, bro. I just kept doing it all the time. So I did a course, left Taumarunui, went to Rotorua and did this commercial design course, and I based everything on photography and in making a video or making a film. Yeah, so I went to go visit this place called Cardinal Video Productions, this little outfit, got about 3-4 people just doing video production. And they also did Te Karere. So there was a fellow there, Martin Rakuraku. He's one of my bros from way back. And we'd just go out and make Te Karere stories all around the motu. Yeah, so that was a huge part of me just trying to cut my teeth and trying to get a job in there, because I was the only brown fella in there other than Martin, who's the reporter. And I tried really hard to get my butt in there and kept getting
What's the story, cuz, from that time? Have you got a story that sticks out to you, or all these stories on Te Karere that you did? Is there anyone there like, oh, I gotta remember that one?
Oh, bro, there's so many. I did Te Karere for 5 years, so let me just so I did Te Karere, I did like news, remember when the Ruapehu blew up? Not once, but twice.
Okay, and you were on there covering it?
Yeah, I was there covering it on the first one. So there with one of my colleagues, Zane Willis, Pākehā fella, awesome dude. And we travelled down to Ruapehu and watched the mountain blow up, and we thought it was going to be the end of the world. because ash was everywhere. Day turned to night, all that sort of stuff. And here we are. We get in this helicopter and we're flying around Ruapehu, looking at the ash coming out, spewing out all these big rocks that are like 3 times bigger than the helicopter that we were in. Lightning going off all over the place, and then we're getting shockwaves. So there's all these shockwaves coming out of the plume of smoke, and we're cruising around, and the pilot's going, "We've got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here." It's like, what the hell? So heaps of things like that, bro. Been to Kaupapa, where went to this. Well, I better not say too much about it. I've seen fellas. There's a big weddle happening. There's a 3-man weddle, then there's a 7-man weddle. I've seen fellas get knocked in the head during those times, and those are probably times you don't put those sorts of things on Te Karere.
Yeah.
So we cut those out and just do all the nice little bits. But man, all that tikanga that plays out on the marae, seen it all, man. Seen it all, like arguments and fights and fist fights and fellas using axes and stuff like that. Or this way, just film over here.
The camera the other way.
Well, we didn't have phones back then, otherwise I would have turned the camera and then used my phone for my own.
Put that one up for TikTok.
Oh, well, that's right. They make a dance out of it.
Yeah, make a country out of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I cut my teeth in TV and did stuff like Fair Go, and it always. This is what they'll do, Fair Go. And if you know Fair Go, it's kind of like investigative journalism. They'd ring up the office and I'll go, "Hey, that big Māori fella, can we use that big Māori fella? Because we're going to do a Fair Go and we need to bust into someone's house who's ripped off all these people." And bro, they call me up all the time and said, "Oh, we want that big guy, Mike. Yeah, we know, want him. Go over to Tauranga or somewhere else and we'll go knock on someone's door. Yeah, where's all the money that you've been stealing from all these people?" And then try and close the door on me, put my foot in, open the door so we can get the shot. Always got the shot, bro. Always got the shot. And then they'd try and get in your face and push the lens out of the way until they reveal this big, huge Māori fella. And then they go, "Ooh, oh, sorry. And then I'm just rolling on him, bro, making sure he gets shown on Fair Go or on the 6 o'clock news. Murderers to people who have done stupid things. I used to, my thing was if I pass more than 3 cop cars on the same road at the same time, I'm going to go and follow them. So I'll go follow them, go to where they're going, make a story out of it, and then send it to TVNZ, and then my boss gets paid. Yeah. I was a rogue, bro.
Sort of like, but did you see that? I don't know what that movie was. I seen a movie about I think it was that Jake Gyllenhaal fella, but then the bro started like going to all the crashes, and then have you seen that one? And then the bros start making them happen now. I think there was one in Brazil. There was a fella in Brazil, and he was always at the murder scenes. Have you seen that? It's like a documentary there about this fella. There was like one of those fellas in Brazil. He was always at the murder scenes, and then it got to a point where they realized he was making them happen now. The bro was paying for them, because he had like a big, it must have been viral on their TV over there in Brazil. Yeah, I seen this documentary about it. I was like,
I only course about 3 of those, bro. No.
Yeah, so what a journey then, cuz. What a journey. Like when you say you've been in film for 32 years.
I'll tell you this one thing. I was passing the airport in Rotorua. I get a phone call and it's TVNZ, and they go, "Oh, there's been a plane crash and we want you to jump on a helicopter and go to the site." So I'm at the airport. I go straight in, jump on a helicopter. We travel about 2-3 Ks to the site, and we could see the smoke coming out. And then we land, and I get straight out. I can see the fire engine and the cops are like probably about 3 Ks away. So they're on the way, and I'm going to be the first one there. So we land pretty close to the site. It's on fire, and I put my camera down, go straight to the site to see if there's anyone alive. I go, "Hey, is anyone there? Anyone there?" And copyright, he comes over, he goes, "What the fuck are you doing? What are you up to?" I said, "Bro, I'm just seeing if there's anyone alive first, and my camera's over
Before I
there."
filmed them.
I film them, yeah, and very respectful. And I know not a lot of cameramen will do that, but
I was
after he
about to
got
ask
there,
that too, cuz. I was about to
Yeah.
ask that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I go back after getting kind of kicked off the site, and then just get my shots, close-ups, couple of wides where it was enough for a story for the 6 o'clock news. And then as I'm jumping back in the chopper, the cop comes over and goes, "Oh man, I'm sorry about that. I thought you were just one of those guys that just go and film stuff." And then so I'll never do that. Never ever do that. That's not part of
I just thought you were one of those Marys. No.
Or non-Marys. Hard out, bro. And then you know, you kind of learn all that tikanga when you're out there in the field, and you know how to talk to people, know how to treat people. You're respectful in everything that you do, and all you want to do is just do your job as well as you can. So I've kind of taken that aspect from what I've learned over the years, and put it into my filmmaking, the way I do filmmaking now. So when I run a ship, everyone has respect, and you know, we all respect each other. And then we get like heads of department, people who know how to do their job, and they've been doing their job for years and years. I don't want to micromanage them. I just say, just do what you do, because I know you do it well. And here's my Bible. I've worked on this for like years and years. There you go. Read it, have a look at it, and you make up your own mind and how you interpret something. So I think there's power in that, in the way we do that sort of thing. Giving the power back to the people in order to create something amazing. Yeah, bro. So I love that shit. Yeah, bro.
Bro, what a journey though, cuz. Like, yeah, hard, brother. What a journey.
Yeah.
Even like from my fellow from small town Taumarunui. I seen you at the old you did a bit of a premiere at the hometown too. What was that like?
Bro, took it home, bro. Took it home after all those years watching Utu in the 80s or whatever. And then it was time to take it back home 40 something years later. And all my mates from high school and primary school were there, and they knew the story. They knew what I'd been through, and they were very appreciative of me bringing it back home. And yeah, bro, that was awesome.
The place of the initial inspiration, you know, where the seed was first planted to, you know, to go on this hiding, or to, you know, this purpose of yours. Wow, that's
circle, bro.
Yeah. Beautiful, cuz. What's it like, cuzzy, creating something and then watching it on the screen with, you know, not just hometown, but just in general, being able to, was the first one? Was that Wally's or?
No, the first one was at the premiere in Hamilton. It's the premiere for Whawhai Tonu. And bro, there's like 1,200 and something people there. It was crazy. Lots of iwi and lots of people who were like, "I am entitled to be here because I whakapapa to the blah 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 blah." It's like, that's all good, sweet. No matter my, just know that we only got 1,200 seats. It's full. You get on the waiting list, and so it was cool, bro. It was amazing. A lot of my aunties and uncles and our kuia kraua were able to be there and just be immersed in the film. You know, I always wanted the film to be immersive. So when the first sound or the first picture, you're in 1864, you know, and you can't help but let anything that's going to come at you. I always say to people, just keep an open mind, you know, because it's not what you think it is. Yeah, and because you haven't seen it, bro.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Or if I say I have, that's probably bad, eh? No. Yeah. How did you see it, B? No. Which one of your cousins snuck a camera in the dark?
Well, that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, because the Bears in Perth, I don't think there was a Perth screening, eh, Marcus?
Oh, well, that's right. No, I had a couple of my whānau from Perth when we premiered in Sydney at the Sydney Film Festival. I had a couple of had my nephew and my brother come over from Perth to watch it, and bro, they were amazed by the film and the story and all the feelings, because you're going to go through a bit of a roller coaster of feelings when you watch the film.
How are you? Is it going to end up over here, cuz, or what's the go?
Bro, it comes to Australia on the 1st of August, and we're getting all these tono to go over, or I am anyway, getting all these tono to come over and at least be there for the launch. So Gold Coast, Brisbane, Sydney, just had some whānau from Melbourne say, oh, can you come over here? And then my brother's going, oh, come to Perth as well, open it over there. Well, yeah, bro, might do that. So now we're working that out at the moment. So whether it's just myself or I'll try to bring some of the kids. The kids are amazing in the film. Temuera is already on the Gold Coast. He's filming a movie about some pirates.
Pirates of the Gold Coast,
Pirates of the Gold Coast.
But because with this whole journey, how long does it take for you to put this together? Like, from the, obviously I know the initial seed was, your papa saying, hey, that's your koro there, but when you decide, like, all right, need some, I don't know how it all works, cuz, so how long does this take?
No, it took me 8 years to get to this point. So it's just talking about it, getting some good people around you, a good support team, and then you've all got some sort of some skills as a producer or as a writer. So you get those people together, have a wānanga, and then you go whātu. You just go do that thing, and you come back, meet after. It was lucky for us, our writer was on. So Temuera, who wrote the film, wrote it in about a month's time, and came back and had this amazing script ready to go, almost ready to go. And because it happened so fast, us applying to the Film Commission for money, that's always got to be your next step, is find that big wad of cash. So other investors go, oh, if they're going to put in that money, then we'll put in money as well. And so you find a whole bunch of people like that who are ready to support your film and put money in, and it's all based on trust. And I didn't have another film under me. This was my first feature film. Same as the writer. The writer didn't have any credits as a feature film writer. So already we were stuck in a hard place, because we weren't experienced enough. Even though we worked in TV and documentary and made other people's films, you still had to have the cred to for the investors to go, I want to bank on this guy or these people. So it took a lot of convincing. So years went by, and within those years, because it's a story that is real, you got to go and talk to the iwi and the hapu and the whānau, and talk to all the historians you can. So you go and talk to all the main people, and then anyone else who's like underneath those main people, they'll go, hey, I wasn't consulted or something like that. But I talked to your koro, or talked to your nan. Sweetest. All right. So there's a lot of it. And then if you go to the top of the tier and just say what your intentions are, we want to do this, and then they'll be going, oh, this is what they said. They said, oh, well, it's all about our tupuna, it wasn't about those other guys. Don't listen to those other guys down the road. And I'll be like, oh, okay, sweet. So I'll go down to the other guys down the road, and then they'll be going, those other guys down the other way over the hill, man, don't listen to those guys. Those guys are shit. So you had a lot of that sort of stuff. And so what I had to do was frame it like this. We've got the story of Ōrākau. We're going to base it on 2 kids. That's a fictional story. And then everything around those kids is going to be historical. So there'd be tupuna, there'd be some of the actions that happened at that event on that night and this day. So that's how I pitched it to them. And then I said, well, at the same time, because your tupuna may not have a big feature in the film, we'll do an education resource. So this week, or I think next week, we're going to release the education resource for Whawhai Tonu. And it speaks about nearly all of the tupuna that were there. And such a cool thing to do. And because once I said that, everyone just went, okay, we're in.
A copy. Yeah.
And I didn't want to take from the whānau. It was more about partnering. So let's partner. You come with us on a bit of a trip to get this thing done. And then when we finish the film, maybe you guys can come with us if we make it to, say, the Oscars or something like that. And we'll just take a whole contingent of Māori over there and blast
do it. Go put your foot in the door, my cousin.
Hypothetically thinking. So that's just an example, but that's what I want to do with the whānau. You know, just take them on a journey. You know, we're in it together. Let's release these education resource that's going to be online, and we've got some books and things like that. We've done a whole heap of stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah. Where do they go for all that stuff? Cause like so go and put that in the old description of the episode. And where do they go for that?
That is a good idea. So I think it's whawhaitonu.com.
Okay, whawhaitonu.com. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
or even after this, cause you just send that through if it's not or whatever. Okay, to play.
Yeah. No, for sure. Thanks, bro.
If you're watching this, just check the description or listening to this on the audios. Yes, go. Get that education resource and whatever books and whatever else, and check the film out when it's in your location if you can.
That's it. And you find me, and you know we're releasing content all the time. So we released a couple of videos, music videos. One with Tiki Tane and our composer Ali Lieberman made together with Louis Baker, the amazing voice of Louis Baker. There's my niece Ems 2. And she released a song last week on Spotify. It's called Taua, and it's another inspired by the film. So it's things like that, and there's more behind the scenes stuff. We've got just crack up stuff that Māori crew get up to in between takes. Temuera Morrison in the bunker, just we're waiting on some makeup and one of the kids to get dressed, and so he just pulls a guitar out and starts singing 10 guitars right there, so. Magic moments, bro. Magic moments, and when the whole crew, everyone's singing, and we don't get that very much on productions or film productions. And so, how we run a ship is to keep it Māori as possible, and we look after one
another. Manaakitanga tautoko solid, my cousin. What was it like? Because had you worked with Tim at all before, or Cliff?
Yeah. Tim and I had worked over the years when he didn't have much work on. Him and I would always be scheming, trying to get him like reality TV shows, and so we worked on a show called The Life and Times of Temuera Morrison, and I think we did that like 2010 or 13 or something like that. And so that was like a 6-part series on TV in New Zealand, and that just kind of helped him get back on his feet again, and then I'd follow him to conventions overseas. We went to Mexico City, and he'd be signing autographs for like a week. Hey, what's it?
Tenochtitlan.
Yeah, bro.
The old Aztec City, eh? The old Aztec City.
Aztec City, bro. But he used to be the $50 man, so you'd sign his signature, and people would pay him $50. Now, since he's done all his mahi, like his Aqua Pops and his Boba Fett and Jake the Muss and everything else, he's now the $150 fella. So
150 acres,
and you get an extra $50 if you take a photo as well. With,
there you go. What about yours, cousin? What's your price?
Wow,
Am I getting an invoice after this? Too much, but so that was an easy get then, like to get Temuera on the thing, like not easy, but a lot. You had the connection with the brother.
Well, there was the favors. It was all the many favors, and then I'd be filming a lot of his audition tapes, and then I'd send him off to LA for him to be considered for a role. And bro, I didn't get any of his. After years and years of doing his audition tapes, I didn't get any roles through the tapes that I did. My wife, Tinsia, jumps on for one day, does this audition tape because I couldn't do it that day, and then he gets the role. which is, I think it was like Abinsur from the Green Lantern. So he gets his role in the DC universe.
Kia ora.
Yeah, but, you know, all those times he never forgot the favors, and so he always mentions to me, he's like, "No, you did a lot of work for me. Thanks for that, and I'll be happy to do this for you for next to nothing, basically next to nothing."
No Star Wars, not bloody Star Wars, yeah, money.
Well, that's right. Not to do, you know, far out.
Yeah.
Still trying to make a buck here and there, but
Mickey,
yeah, him and
those
Cliff,
deposits you put in.
yeah, bro, yeah. Well, him and Cliff, they did this. They did the same thing. They did it for Aroha, and they knew how much work I've put into it, and they just wanted to help. End of the day, and such a beautiful thing, bro. Beautiful thing, because they're amazing.
Their film, yeah, of course, but you know, like you know, Aotearoa film royalty, you know, right there. There's what I see.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's right. I mean, yeah. So the whole 8-year journey to get to finishing the film. So it took 7 years preparation, talking to whānau, seeking money, getting the film commission to trust us, and they've got this fund called the Rautaki Fund. And we ended up, I think we applied 3 times and we missed out, and on the 4th time we ended up getting it. So the Rautaki Fund is around about 2.5 million, and that just unlocks all the other investors to come in and trust us with something that could be amazing. And yeah, bro, it's bloody awesome. It's bloody awesome to be this side of the film where we've already released it in New Zealand. It's in its 4th week now, and we've smashed all the box office records this side of COVID, you know, because COVID there were no films, or hard for films to release and get an audience. And so no, just really grateful for everyone going out there and watching our film and supporting it. And then a lot of them watched it like 3 to 5 times. So it's awesome. Love it.
Yeah. Whanauga of mine told me too, watched it a couple. What was it like doing it in Sydney? Obviously, this is an indigenous film made by indigenous people, and obviously, this rohe also has their own indigenous whānau that's been on these lands for 60,000 years, kazi. So did a lot of those brothers turn up? The whānau turn up?
Yeah. Well, I help run, or I co-direct a film festival in Rotorua called the Indigenous Film Festival, Rotorua Indigenous Film Festival, and we've got many connections around the world in terms of indigenous connections. And our mates over in our mob over in Australia really turned out for us.
Not the Mongo mob, the indigenous mob. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So they really turned out for us, and always there to support us. And so we try and do the same thing when they come to Aotearoa. Is that we just manaki hard and smashed them in the face with manaki, basically. And they did that to us in Sydney for the release of Whawhai Tonu. It's amazing. Awesome.
And so is the other, where do you go to after Australia? You off to other film festivals, Kazi, or just see what happens sort of thing?
Yeah. No, we've made it into some film festivals. I can't actually tell anyone yet. But yes, some big film festivals to come. And again, we'll be traveling with the film. And
what's the biggest film festival in the world, or the like most prestigious, would you say?
There's a few. I mean, there's Cannes Film Festival that happens in May. There's Sundance, which is about January, February. There's Berlin or Berlinale. There's a lot, bro. There's so many out there. There's Toronto Film Festival, which is coming up in September. There's Hawaii International Film Festival. It's always a good one to go to because you're going to go hang out with the brothers and sisters basically in Hawaii. Yeah, and then
Māori.
or the Māori over there. So no, there's still a lot more to do. You know, there's deals to be done. So the producers go out there and start selling your film, which is something that I want to learn as well, because who you know, and then getting it onto as many screens or big screens as possible, say America to China to Europe. And so we still haven't really tapped into those. We're just really doing Australasia at the moment. So it still keeps us quite exclusive. Whawhai Tonu. But yeah, there's a lot of interest out there. People want to see where we're going to take it. So it'd be cool.
Nice, beautiful, brother. And yeah, just for anybody that just was listening, yeah, there wasn't the Mangu mob, but growing up in Taumarunui, he could have been Mangu mob.
Big ups to my bro Fats Tuida. He represents the other mob, and he's like one of my best bros growing up in Taumarunui, and now he's like one of the nicest fellows you ever meet in Pōneke. And
is that Tuhira Wana's son, our brother, our dad son? Is that old, the new gag? Yeah, he's been on the podcast, old the boy.
Mean.
Yeah,
so it was mean to see him. We had a screening in Wellington last week.
Yeah, I seen that they went for a jam. The bro on the red carpet,
That's it, taking you on the red carpet. It's me.
Yeah.
So
What, brother? So you got tamariki, or you don't have to talk about that if you don't want to. Like, sort of, your papa, or
yeah, I'm a papa. Yep, I've got a 5-year-old here staying with me now, and better be staying with me. But it's Hinekura. So Hinekura is a name that's from Ngāti Hinekura here in Rotorua in Te Arawa.
Okay.
And that's our hononga. She's our hononga back to Te Arawa. And I've got my big boy, he's 23 right now, going to turn 24 in October. His name's Te Kaha Opari James Jonathan, and he's part Tongan with his mother. He's got his mother's hard head, and hard out.
Eat the horse, cuz?
Hey? Eat the horse? Yeah. I have.
Horse tastes yum. Their horses taste yum, man. I had the old horse with the cousins, the Tongan cousins, the tokos. Yeah,
well, that's right.
Don't taste too bad. Yeah. Beautiful, either. And your wahine now from Indonesia, is it, Carl?
That's it, bro. Yep. There's Chins there from Indonesia, and she came here in 2008, and we brought her here from Indonesia. And just before my mum passed, my mum said to her, learn the reo so you can teach your daughter, your baby. And I was like, what? Okay. So she learned the reo in about a year to 2 years, and has been expanding in her reo for a long time. And she's a huge influence in my life in terms of my own reo and teaching our baby, Hinekura. My boy already has the reo as well. He grew up in Auckland with his mum, and he's a ngā puno Waiōrea kid, and he's now tutoring them, and he's working in the film industry as a camera assist on Spartacus. So he did all that himself. He didn't need me to do it. He just went off and bloody...
true. I was in the toto, really, my brother. Yeah.
I know, I think you better talk to that fella too, bro, because, man, that fella...
Yeah, no way. Yeah, 100. Everybody, brother. Out the gate, eh? But how did you and Auntie meet? Yeah.
We met in Russia. So when I made a film called Hawaii, and that was back in 2007, and I went to Vladivostok, and Vladivostok's like on the Pacific side of Russia, and to a film festival, and I met Chinze there. And so I was actually on a plane from Seoul, Korea to Vladivostok, and she was having trouble trying to put her bags up in the thing, you know.
But a serendipity there, cuz.
Well, that's right. And so let me help you with your bags. Did a little look over and said, oh, okay. And then she ended up like being part of our group and a group of filmmakers in Vladivostok. And the rest,
you didn't even know.
I didn't even know, bro. I had no idea. But yeah, she was going there as well with her film from Indonesia. And then we just hooked up.
Yeah. Awesome. Can you speak about that real, brother?
Bahasa Indonesia. Oh, yeah, apa kabar semua?
What's that one? What's that one? What is it? Oh, che. Oh, good for you. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, actually, cause I'm on a fast, cause that's what I've been sculling this water, brother. I don't know.
Much
Fast, cause if I see a bit space cadet, I probably. Oh, hey, me koe hoki.
Yeah, today. Yeah, started today. Back on the kaupapa. I do keto.
Oh, keto. Yeah. Oh, solid. Yeah, I haven't eaten for a couple of days. And I think I might need to tonight. The person Korea. Yeah, but yeah, hara te KFC. Yeah. Hey, speaking of, if you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, which one would you choose? A meal
mince
every
on
day.
toast, bro. Mince on toast.
Yeah, another mince on toast.
How many mince on toasts have you had?
Probably about four, I think. Yeah, 4 cousins. The bro Jordan Rapana and Jordan Rapana's older brother. He reckons mince on toast. The bro.
Handy. I'm gonna do that every day.
Yeah, like are you a sauce on there, egg on top? What just mince and toast?
Egg.
That's it.
Egg on top is good. Yeah, bro. Do a keto toast. Yep. Don't want to get too much carb there, bro.
Yeah, hard. What about superpowers, Cuzzy? If you could have any superpower in the world, even create one, because you are a creator, what would you choose and why?
Oh, X-ray vision, bro.
Yeah, why is that?
X-ray vision because I can see anything I want, and no, I don't know, bro. I just
The X-ray vision is because you're Superman, cuz you should have just been with that because I'm Superman. Yeah. Cuz any advice for any cousins wanting to get into filmmaking?
Oh, totally. No, it's like anything else. You just got to stick at it. And I bet a lot of people on this podcast been saying that you just got to stick at it. I mean, I got denied 3 or 4 times and got shut down a lot of times by a lot of people, just saying you can't do this, you can't do that. You know, it's impossible to tell our stories about our tupuna. But I persisted, and I wanted to persist in a way where it was pono and tika. And so having the whānau on your side and the descendants, people on your side is the best thing. So if you really want to do it, you just go for it and don't let anything stop you. Yeah.
That was inspiring, because you have to get one of those with their write the code and then your little name at the bottom there. Spelled properly, Shubz. Cuzzy, give us who's your top 3 film directors of all time in your opinion?
Jeff Murphy's going to be one of them. I love his stuff, Jeff Murphy. Oh, bro, he made Utu.
Oh, definitely. Okay, yeah.
And ever since then, I watched a lot of Jeff Murphy's films, even though some of them were not as good as they're supposed to be. But what
were some of the other ones? Because they were.
Well, he did like Free Jack and The Quiet Earth, which I love. I love that film, Quiet Earth. These are old like 80s films, bro. Did Came a Hot Friday, and it had Billy T. James in it. And then he went off to Hollywood and did like Young Guns 2, which really you should have done Young Guns 1. Because tells the era of if you do a sequel, then it's just going to fail, and that was that time. Don't do a sequel, you know. So I followed his career a lot, and I'm really good friends with his with all his whānau, with Medita's whānau as well. And Hepiri, who's Uri of Jeff and Medita. And those guys I look up to a lot, and always try and gain advice from. Other directors, I was really into like kung fu films. So with Bruce
like
Lee.
The reels, the Brazov. Which is the best? What's the best Bruce Lee film then?
Enter the Dragon, bro, no doubt. Enter the Dragon. It was his first real English film that everyone did spoke in English. But yeah, that one's a winner for me, bro. I just
Wait,
watch
what about
those
it's not kung fu, but like Ong Bak? Did you like that one? Or Ong Bak?
Yeah, On Buck was good. But
Just like
bro,
the Rumbles.
the raid was better, bro. If you've seen the
Oh yeah.
raid,
Oh, I
big
don't
fan
know.
of the raid. Yeah,
The
bro.
raid.
Just trying to get
At
to
the
the
same
top
time.
level. Hey?
Is it the same time or sort of period? Or
Yeah, of the On Buck series, yeah.
Yep.
Is around about then, yeah.
Okay, the raid.
Yeah, bro. Love all that stuff. Yep. Bit of a sci-fi head as well. So I like sci-fi movies. His name is I forget the name, but Cliff starred in this film, and it was made by the guy who made was Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, that's a good one. Who wants to be a
Yeah,
millionaire?
yeah, it's it. So
Jeez.
oh man, I
So,
can't remember.
so what was the player's name? I just forgot the names. I just forgot the names. But those fellas, yeah, those fellas.
Those fellows, and he did a film called Shine, and had Cliff in it, and the dude that's like one of the Peaky Blinders. You know that dude?
Oh, that like the actual the main fella.
Yeah, the main dude.
Yeah, but that's a cool film. Blinders.
I've got keto brain, bro. So
No, okay,
first day
goodbye,
keto.
brother. Meow hooky,
Yeah.
yeah, not even keto, just yeah.
Yeah.
Same buzz, my cousin. So I'll probably ask you a question, and then you probably already answered it 2 seconds before. I was like, what are you up to, cuz? This my bad, my brother. Yeah.
That's
Cuz,
right. All good, bro. You good.
give us visualization, cuz 10 years from now. What does life look like? Hopefully for Mike Jonathan.
10 years from now, when I've at least done 3 films and a lot of TV, Netflixy sort of series, we're going to develop a Whawhai Tonu TV series. So, you know, that's pretty big because that kind of encompasses not just Ōrākau, but many of the other battles that happen around Aotearoa. So that's something we want to pursue and make happen. So it's all about that thing, you know, that thing I said before, just make it happen. And yeah, at least 3 more feature films under the belt in 10 years' time. And then at the same time, this is another thing that I'm passionate about is teaching rangatahi how to make films and do the same thing, open doors for them to come through to shine, because I'm really excited the next reanga coming through because they're making amazing content and making amazing films. So I'm really excited to see them more than I am to see myself. I'm just there to open doors and to finish a job that Medita and Don Selwyn and all the other people that have gone before us. You know, so I'm just that sort of vehicle. Well, I want to be that sort of vehicle for people and to leave doors open and carve a way for all of us to get there, you know?
Yeah. Last question, Cuzzy, before we get out of here, let our keto brains rest. If you could encompass what Whawhai Tonu means to you, the whole journey, not just the film itself, but the journey it took to make the film, what would you say in one sentence?
Well, it's all in the name of the film, Whawhai Tonu. It's in the film it says to struggle without end, but to me it means to fight forever and ever and ever. And I look forward to the time where we don't need to say that anymore.
Ooh,
and it may not happen in my time.
Cousin.
May not happen in my time, and that's okay. Maybe it's for that next reanga to come through. And imagine a world where we don't have to say that anymore.
That's a beautiful statement, because we grow up, and you're right, that our people and indigenous people, all of it, just to be seen, just to be heard, have to, you know what I mean? Have to fight. But to see a day, to imagine a day where you don't have to anymore, it'll be a beautiful day, my brother. And whether it's in your lifetime or, you know, or our tamariki's lifetime, may it be soon, my cousin. And may you be a part of that journey. May even what I do here be a part of that coming together, my cousin. I just want to say too, cousin, time's the most valuable commodity we have as human beings. The one thing we can never get back. We can always get back money, things, but time spent is time lost, my cousin. So thank you for sharing an hour of your time with me and anybody that listens to this podcast for years to come, my cousin. Hopefully it's not our our last two taki. Hopefully we can catch up again in the flesh and have some mince on toast, my brother.
There you go. Boom.
Mauri ora kazi. Success, my brother.
Yeah, my brother.
Thank you so much for watching this full episode of Mind the Mic. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to create these episodes. So to know that you've watched and listened to the entire thing means the world to myself and all our hosts. If you could, before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and share this episode out to as many people as possible. It would help us so much. Thank you again to everybody that's still here, still watching. Thank you for all your comments, all your shares, all the DMs. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow us on every platform. Have an awesome morning. Have an awesome night, depending on where you are in the world. Mind the mic out.
Oi, have you hit the link in bio yet?
Watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all streaming platforms.
Do it.